right. What do we want to do next?
So, wait, hold on. What is next going to be? Is that Thanksgiving week?
Oh,
I know. Praise is going to be Thanksgiving week, apparently.
that's Thanksgiving. It's not just Thanksgiving week. It's
Thanksgiving Day. I was not a fan of any of the holiday
ones that you read.
We could give that stuff another try.
Sometimes I feel like when the name is like stuffed, when it's like too obvious, they're just really bad. So,
like zero plot, like right away they kind of talked about swinging, and that's not.
Well, we could do that dark one, that Emma
Brutal Obsession. We could do that because that's still hockey, but it's a little darker. I did like that one. There's some mouth spitting.
Plug your ears, Peggle.
Just for you. We could do that one next. And then we have such a long list of books to do.
We have plenty of time.
We do.
To do them all.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to start to be like,
we need recommendations.
Yeah.
But we would take recommendations. So if anybody has, especially coming in the holiday season, if anybody has a holiday book, we'll take it. Because the ones that I've read they're books with spice.
Sure.
I haven't found a smutty holiday book.
Maybe instead we should just write a smutty holiday book. We do actually have a smutty kind of holiday book on the horizon come St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, which Dave cannot wait. Every time I'm reading anything, he's like, "Oh, are those the leprechauns?" He can't wait.
I can't wait.
So,
all right. Well, I think we should do the dark.
So then next we'll do Brutal Obsession, and then we get Praise, Neon Gods, The Words. We have a lot to come in.
We do. Yeah, I'm excited. There's a couple more that have come up recently that I think are more fantasy. Since we've kind of deviated away from fantasy, I'm wondering if we should edge back into that just a little bit, maybe on one or two. So,
well, I read the Ever King. I read.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Did you like that?
I did. I think it was more a book with spice, though.
Oh,
it wasn't exactly a smutty book. The storyline's great. I love like the pirate thing and the enemies to lovers. Right up my alley.
How would you feel about like werewolves? Vampire?
I have less of a problem with that than you do.
I don't have a problem with that.
You get worried when it teeters on bestiality.
I don't like that. No, but
I feel like a werewolf would be bestiality.
As long as he's not having sex with her in his werewolf form.
Okay. See, I was thinking that we were having werewolf sex.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, then that's fine.
Please miss me. I do get a little freaked out in the werewolf books when they have this like thing called the knot. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
That Peggle is joining us today for our recording session, and she's actually sweating right now. I said that, and she gagged. She threw up in her mouth a little bit. There's a book called Bride by, I think her name is Allie Hazelwood. And I really, really, really liked the book a lot.
Yeah.
It is borderline a book with spice. There are a couple of sex scenes, but most of the book is just kind of like enemies to lovers.
We've done some really heavy sex books. So I feel like throwing in a book with spice
would be okay. Okay. Right.
Maybe we'll do a little more research.
Okay. Yeah.
But we'll do Brutal Obsession next.
I like that.
And then we'll kind of see where we want to go from there.
Yeah. I love that. Good plan.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome. I'm Amanda.
I'm Nicole.
And we are Book Sluts. We are very excited to disagree on our book today.
We are going to disagree. We actually think we agree a lot and hate it.
Yes.
I don't like this book.
I don't either.
And I went in my first couple of pages. I really liked this book.
Oh, really?
For most of the book, I really liked it. And the ending destroyed it. I was done.
Shoot.
But this is the main character that I like. And you don't.
I right away will have some really big opinions about her. So what book are we reading?
We are reading Bagging the Blueliner by Siena Trap.
Again, with the name.
That is probably a pen name.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Siena Trap was the one that had the Christmas book on her website that she was advertising. When I looked up to do her author notes.
What was the holiday book?
I can't remember what it was called, and I was considering reading it.
Maybe I'll read it. What else am I doing?
I don't know. I'm going to be hosting Thanksgiving and Christmas, and
Dave and I don't.
banging my head against a wall.
Dave and I are not really doing either.
Well, I love that for you.
No.
You do have a Christmas tree up, though.
We do have our Christmas tree up, and we will go to see his parents before Christmas.
Sure.
But Thanksgiving we do alone.
Wow, I love that for you guys.
Cute little.
I'm a little pissed off, so maybe I won't go to Thanksgiving. I haven't decided yet.
Are you going to have like one of those like showdowns with your red family?
I don't know that it would be a showdown at this point as much as it would be just passive aggressive.
My sister might murder my family.
Yeah.
She is thinking of running for office. She's like, I need to be doing more.
Yeah, I love your sister. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Does she want to be friends with me?
So then when
I will help her. My family knows how I feel about it. So
they're at least respectful.
my mom tries to be.
Sure.
She does. She will be the first person to tell my dad, like, stop. Just stop it now.
Okay.
You're making her mad. She's not going to come anymore. She'll say things like that. You know? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad that we were talking about this now because I did just want to bring up, we talked about this earlier, but I was posting on Instagram last night and we had skipped our episode the week of the election. And then the very next, the book that we did last week, the week after that was Pucking Around by Emily Wraith. And I went on to Instagram and Emily Wraith is all over Instagram, basically telling people that if they voted for Trump, she doesn't want them as readers. And I love that. And I was so thrilled that of all the books that we picked.
What is going to be in these books?
Right.
Then what are we going to do?
Oh my God, I know. I sent you that TikTok in fear.
Yeah.
I think I said,
I need to buy hard copies of these, not just Kindle Unlimited, just in case. We can have like an underground podcast.
Yes. And an underground library of smutty books.
Yes.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
We are going to start buying these books. Trigger warnings for Bagging the Blueliner. I did have to go to the website to find these. So these were not in the book. But the trigger warnings for this book are including but not limited to pregnancy, side characters only, injury involving head trauma hospitalization, choking during sex, degradation, consensual non-consent, and exhibitionism. Remember how you said last week that those trigger warnings were to you?
Yeah. I feel that way too.
Warnings.
Says this author's note. Well, it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't say author's note. But it says, for the girls whose mouths often run away with them, getting them into the best kinds of trouble, I see you. I am you. Don't let anyone convince you to tone it down. If they don't like it, they can fuck off. You're perfect as you are.
Wow.
I love that.
That is a good author's note.
Right?
I do like that. I don't need her fucking permission. So
there's also a playlist. Some women do, though.
I know. You're right.
You know? You are starting out. You're coming in hot.
Yeah. Well, the thing is this book is so popular. This book gets recommended all the time in my smutty. Anytime anybody asks for a hockey book, this book and Pucking Around get recommended. And I dislike it.
Same.
All right. Well, our prologue starts with meeting Cal Berg, a undersized Canadian who was drafted by the Connecticut Comets. They took a chance on him due to his, quote, offensive-minded defensive play. And while playing hockey in college for 4 years, grew into his size. And this is where our story begins. At an annual kickoff event for training camp, where he is aggressively approached by our female main character, Hannah Morrow, who is the coach's daughter and has some hot takes on his abilities on the ice, calling him a liability. And when I say aggressively approached, I mean she stomps across in flip-flops.
Yes.
Stomp across the barbecue to get in his face. Does not even introduce herself or say hello. Just walks up to him and is like
immediately critiquing him.
Immediately.
I did like his little POV here, where he is like trying to figure out how he knows her, because obviously thinking that the woman's walking up to him, he must know her. And he's like, did I sleep with her?
Yeah.
And not remember it?
Yeah.
Which I loved.
As much as I don't like the main character in this one, I actually really like him. a
Interesting.
lot. Yeah.
I really don't.
Their initial interaction is hostile, and we learn here that all of the coach's daughters are off limits to players. And despite this, Cal realizes that he has a crush on Hannah. I don't like the way that he describes her physically.
Okay.
He describes her as skirting the line between girl and woman, which is gross. And I understand that
100%. They are 18 in this one.
I know. It's still gross.
Right? Yeah, they're 18 here. Or
I think he's older.
Maybe they're on okay, wait. No,
because he's done with college. So she's probably 18, 17, 18.
No, she's 21. He's 24.
So, okay.
I mean,
still, I
don't like it either. I really don't either.
It's sort of this play on like, oh, she looks childlike, which is gay.
But that's not the main point of our story here. This is a prologue. He can be a little creepy. Half of our men were creeps when they were in there.
That's actually very true. I've definitely dated some creeps.
Was your husband a creep?
My husband was the consummate gentleman. From the moment that I met him, he was always incredibly respectful, made it very clear from very early on that he was not in it just for sex, even though that was basically all we were doing.
That's all you were in it for.
Like, this is more than sex to me. He asked me to be he made like a formal show of like asking me to be his girlfriend. He was very, very, not
interesting
at all. He's still not creepy, honestly.
Well, good for you.
Chapter 1 takes place 10 years later. Hannah opens sharing her family's history. She's the youngest of 3 girls. Her sisters are 10 and 8 years older than her. And her dad is a renowned head coach in the NHL. Despite the very strict rules that he has, Hannah is determined to bag a player. With her knowledge and love of hockey, she feels like a player is her best match. However, the coach's players fear him too much to break his dating rules about his daughters. Hannah has a knack for identifying talent, and this opening chapter consists of her helping review scouting tapes for draft picks. After a series of failed jobs, her dad offers her a position as the travel coordinator for the Comets, which she accepts. Do you want to give her physical description for Hannah?
I do. I also want to say I loved Hannah to start with. I loved that somebody told her she can't do something, so she's like, I'm going to do it harder. I'm going to do it. Just watch. Like you think you're the coach and that you can say no. Watch me.
You are the least obstinate person I know in real life. And it's so funny to me how much you love that. Because because in real life, you are one of the most like laid back, chill people I know. So,
but if somebody tells me I can't do something, I am going to do it. I'm going to screw it. I'm going to screw his dad. I'm going to screw his friend. I do not tell me I can't do something. So I really identified with her.
Okay.
Obviously, I've grown up. Been with Dave for 10 years, 11 years. So, I don't, but still, when Dave tells me no, I'm going to do it.
I love that for Dave.
He's so lucky.
He is.
Okay, so Hannah, she has long brown highlighted hair, a toned body, and blue eyes. And Cal is massive, 6'5", 240 pounds, blonde hair that covers his ears. He's super hot, tattoos, and blue eyes. So they're both very hot people.
Yeah. Well, and I did like that she isn't thin, she's toned. Yes. I did really like that. The author makes it a point that she's very like well muscled. So we learned that Cal's crush has turned into bitter dislike of Hannah over the last 10 years. His biggest gripe being that she doesn't want him.
Which is funny because she clearly would.
Oh, yes. It doesn't make sense to me. He wants you. You want a player, but the whole thing is chaotic. They earn each other. He still harbors some feelings for her. He describes them as having verbal sparring matches. And although she drives him crazy, he's also completely turned on by it.
Yeah. Right away. That love and hate thing.
I really hate that. You like that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Almost enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Which can get cringy in real life.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a fine way to do it. Like she hates his hockey playing and all they do is fight.
I have a very short list of people that I've hate flirted and hate fucked. Very, very short.
Oh, same.
It's not long at all.
I really like to watch it and read about it.
Mm-hmm.
But in real life, if I hate somebody and they try to touch me, kiss me, anything,
punch him in the face.
Yeah, I'm going to get violent.
Mm-hmm. He shares here that he's aging and possibly coming up on the end of his career, and he is desperate for a championship and really feeling the pressure of his age, because now at this point he's 34, she's 31.
I do like that they are older.
I also like that as well. However, Hannah acts like she's 17.
She really does.
And I don't like that, which is one of my biggest gripes about her. At the annual barbecue, this is a decade later, the coach approaches him and asks a favor of him. He'd like Cal to keep Hannah out of trouble on the road, knowing how Cal and Hannah fight. The coach feels like he is the safest option to keep an eye on her, which was his fucking first mistake.
I know. I also do hate that, like, overbearing dad trope here.
31.
I know. Let her screw who she wants to.
Oh my God. Let her just live her life. Are you kidding me? 31 years old?
But she's still living in their basement.
Yeah.
He gets her this job to, like, finally have her move on out. She does not want to grow up either.
Yeah, I agree with that. My mom, when I was probably mid-20s, I went over to her house for dinner and she had made cookies, and it was like before dinner, and I like helped myself to a cookie. 25, mid-20s here, helped myself to a cookie, and she was like, no cookies before dinner, and I didn't talk to her for like months after that. You're gonna tell me that I can't have sex with who I want to have sex with at 31?
Literally.
No. This book very much centers a lot of the friendships that Cal and Hannah have. There are a lot of friends. I did not feel like the friends served any purpose of the story, and I don't talk about them at all.
I don't either.
At all. So
I agree with that.
While at the barbecue, Hannah shares with her friends her new position and her ambitions to find a hockey player husband. She says here, I'm too old to be slumming with guys who barely have enough cash for drinks at the club. I deserve to be with a guy who is going to bend me over balconies all over the world. That was the one and only thing that she says in this entire book that I enjoyed.
I love that.
I did love that.
She knows what she wants. She's just kind of being a brat about it.
Yeah. I also love in the scene that her friends are sort of telling her to slow down, accept her age, settle down. And she really is not willing to sacrifice or give up on what her dreams and her goals are.
Yeah. Don't they like talk about like, oh, you need to start a family and have kids? And she's like, no.
Yeah. She's like, no, I haven't sowed my wild oats yet.
Yeah.
So, which I really appreciate that she can stand up for herself, because that's a lot of pressure to take from these people that you've been friends with forever.
I told you too. If I was still single now, I'd be throwing it around.
Same. Are you kidding me?
Like,
I honestly feel like everybody should get married. Look it. I think everybody should marry young.
Okay.
Be married for, I don't know, give it 6 years, then divorce, and then go out in the world and play. I think it's better that way.
I wouldn't have done, I don't think, nearly the amount of things that I did. You can pay me to give a foot job now.
Sure.
In my 20s, I needed two shots.
The thing is, like, I'm almost 40, and I'm like, God, I've never really given like obviously, like, I've done things with my feet, but I've never given a college try of just a full-blown foot job. And I just feel like I'm missing out.
Well,
I'm never going to have that experience.
You're really not.
Woot.
No. But I would not be doing that now. So if I would have gotten married young, I would have missed out on my reckless years where how did I survive it?
Sure. See, and I would be doing it now. Nothing would stop.
I don't think you would not be just finding somebody on Tinder.
You bitch, you don't know me. If you think that, you don't know. In retrospect, well, I know, but now it just sounds like a good time.
It is such a good story.
Oh my God, Pagel, are you going to come and listen to all of our recordings? Is this entertaining?
So fun for you.
Where are we in this book?
All right.
It's so boring.
I know.
Oh my God.
She was just talking about how she's still sowing her wild oats. She doesn't want to.
Oh yeah. So Hannah's best friend, Natalie, is married to Cal's best friend, Jackson. So they're still at this barbecue. Jackson makes his way over to their friend group. Hannah immediately picks a fight because she's just the fucking worst. They start talking about each other's chastity and like how frequently she's at the bar versus how many times he brings.
Well, doesn't he tell her? He tells her she needs to behave on the road. And she's like, pot calling kettle black.
Yeah, which I get, but he literally goes over there and she like
immediately
they describe her as like taking a step forward to verbally. He hasn't even said anything.
Yeah.
She's ready to verbally spar with him. Her friends leave.
Yeah.
She steps forward and her friends are like, we got to get out of here. We don't have time for this. These two can just whatever. Anyways, they share a heated moment here where Cal says that she will behave herself. And Hannah says, what are you going to do? Make me? And Cal gets up in her face and is like, yeah. And it's very sexy. It's a very sexy.
It really
scene.
is.
Yeah. The tension is great.
Yeah.
They head out on their first road trip of the season with Hannah as their coordinator. And the cock blocking begins. It starts when he tells one of the younger players to watch himself after whistling at Hannah, preceded by Cal picking Hannah up in the locker room because she's wearing flip-flops.
This was kind of dumb.
When her reasoning,
it's stupid.
Yeah, they don't talk about it here. They talk about it later. I didn't even write it down, but I'll remember.
She has like a
thing.
Of my life. Yeah, having things on her feet.
Yeah, she has foot claustrophobia. She calls it, and
literally,
which is, I get it. Like as somebody who does not like things touching my body in specific ways. I don't like things that are restricting. I generally am not like a real big shoe person in general. So I get it. But also, babe, you're in a locker room with
skates that will they kill people.
Literally take your toes off.
Yeah, this was dumb. This is a dumb way to like make her seem deep.
Yeah, it's not for me.
This author is going to hate us. We're not getting this book.
We're
not getting anything from this author.
We're not. Well, maybe we'll read the Christmas book and
I'll read it
better. Okay. The sex scenes in this book are good.
I agree with that.
So I just don't like the characters. I don't like the way that the characters are written. Hannah is loving her new job. And after a game, she arranges an after-game get-together at a local club where she invites the male travel coordinator for a rival team in hopes of him bringing players from his team. And I know that I just said that there are some good parts in this book, but I hate this dress-up scene. She's like, I went and I put on my bodycon dress and then I held my hair in perfect waves and I sprayed myself with a Givenchy perfume. I'm like, whatever. And she's like, it dates the book. It makes her look so fucking, it makes her look like a bar rat.
Yeah.
No. You're a 31-year-old successful hockey professional looking for your future husband and you're putting on pheromone oil.
I know. I agree with that.
Anyways, she ditches Jake for one of the players that he brings. They share a sexy moment in VIP before hitting the dance floor. Again, this whole thing feels so fucking sloppy to me. And
agreed.
Stupid and immature. And
Hannah is 31 and she is written like a 21-year-old.
She is. Yeah, absolutely. Your goal is to find a husband and you are basically having sex
on the dance floor.
And there's cameras. Do something. I am all about female empowerment. So if you want to go to a club and you want to have sex on the dance floor in your bodycon dress and your hooker heels, live your best fucking life, babe. But don't be like, I'm looking for my husband.
Yes, I agree.
Man.
I agree with that.
And she like actively is almost like shaming her friends for their like, it's like so boring because they have kids and she can't be out with them. Like, ma'am.
She does make that point a couple times where she's going out alone.
I don't like people. You probably would do something like this. So I'm so sorry. I can't even look at you when I say it. I don't like people who feign friendship.
But I made a note that her texting Jake to bring his players out is 100% something I would do.
Yeah, it sounds like I read it and I was like,
got him laid.
it.
She found him a girl too. She was 100% she was manipulating Jake to come out, thinking that he had a shot with her when she's just going to fuck his player.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like that because poor Jake was like, "I'm gonna get Hannah likes me. She texted me.
Poor
He's
guy.
so excited." And then she ditches him immediately, and then she says some really super stuck-up shit like, "Jake's an okay-looking guy. I'm sure he can get one of the bartenders," while she's actively trying to get her with a hockey player. I
Big feelings.
I have such big feelings about it. While dancing with Maddox, is that his name?
Yeah, Maddox.
Cal interrupts. And again, I really like Cal. I love that he says exactly what I just said. He gets out there and he calls her immature.
Yeah.
He takes Hannah back to his place, not knowing where she lives or how to get her home. And because she's so drunk that she
passes out on his shoulder.
And he sleeps in a chair in his own house while she sleeps in his bed.
I did not love, though, he undresses her.
I know.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
And they keep trying to like make it cute. Like, oh, you would have been so uncomfortable sleeping in your bodycon dress. You do not have my permission to undress me.
Yeah, I agree.
So I really hated that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I know. I told you I hated this book.
This is the most validating book review we've ever done.
It really is. It's the most we've agreed on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hate.
Yeah. Wow. Nothing brings people together more than hate.
That's so true.
Yeah. She wakes up in the morning and I agree with you. Super annoying. But also, he took you home. You were drunk. He took care of you. And it's like, be mad at him for changing your clothes. Don't be mad at him for cock blocking you and taking care of you. And like, I don't know.
Her hatred of him does seem kind of unwarranted. She's just picking up a big fight.
Yeah. It turns out that they live in the same apartment building on different floors. He lives in the penthouse and she lives in an apartment a couple floors down. And she calls her friends, and then her friends tell her that they're team Hannah and Cal. So they have been waiting for this to happen. They've been reading all of the hostility of sexual tension this whole time.
I think that is maybe unrealistic. I don't know. I feel like if I saw you having sexual tension with somebody, I would have said something.
Oh, immediately.
Why are her best friends? Do they tell everything?
Yeah. They talk about everything in this
positions, everything. Yes. And they didn't say anything about.
Yeah, it's weird.
Some guy wants to fuck me and I'm oblivious. You better fucking tell me.
I would tell you.
Thank you.
Pagel, would you tell her? Pagel would tell you too. On their next leg of games, they head to a local bar where Cal finds Hannah flirting with 3 men. Again, does not align. I still would have done this. Not align with your goals at all.
I would have done that. But again, I wasn't trying to get married.
Yeah. And that's all she wants.
Yes, very
true.
She
wants to find her hockey player and she's like flirting with 3 businessmen at the bar. And it's just like, she's
only flirting with them to make the players jealous.
I know.
I think at this point she is trying to make Cal jealous.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. And it works because he takes a blonde up to his room in retaliation. And to his dismay, can't get it up for Sarah, Sophie, Sasha, whatever her name is. Hannah wakes up the next day to a drunken voicemail from Cal telling her to get out of his head. She spends the next day playing the voicemail on repeat and is so self-absorbed that she almost misses her best friend's husband's adoption hearing for their kids. So she is listening to this voicemail from this man that she hates. She doesn't even like him. And her friend calls her and is like, hey, we're at the courthouse. Where you at?
I know. You're like the godmother and you're not here.
She is the worst.
She's the worst, but she kind of reminds me of you.
The thing is you are not this bad.
Oh, man.
You wouldn't miss something like that.
No, I never would.
You would never.
I would be obsessing about it in my head and not listening to anything you were saying.
Yeah.
But I'd fucking be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You are one of the most consistent people that I've ever met in my entire life. You are the first person to be like, we set a plan. Yeah. When are we doing? Like, versus me, I'll be like, I know we set a plan, but like, we'll just play it by ear.
That stresses me out so much.
Yeah. Well, that's why this works because you force me to. Honestly, in real life, I probably would have given up on this podcast after the first episode. That's what I do.
I'm just having so much fun that I don't want to.
It is. It's so much fun, and I
I
love
don't
it.
have kids. I have cats. This gives me something to do. Be a reason to leave the house.
I know, but I have this like thing where I'm resistant to things that I should be doing, and so that's why you'll be like, "How's it going?" And I'll be like, "We're gonna record in 5 minutes, and I have 100 pages left of this book."
Literally, but you had to go buy plants.
Yeah, they're special and important to my life. We're gonna dogpile the bad behavior here because then speaking of obsessing about it while at the event, right? While she is at this adoption, she is watching them all become this happy family. It's a joyous moment. Her best friend's husband is adopting her child from a previous marriage. They are just coming together as a family, and Hannah is like, when am I going to get my happy ending? And she's like, thinking about it, and it's like, ma'am, you were flirting with previous men last night all at one time. So when do you want your happy ending? I don't know.
She doesn't.
Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Hannah decides that she's going to surprise Cal wearing nothing but his jersey. And I will absolutely be the first person to say, fucking queen. Yes, bitch.
Yes, I would do this. And I do like to, she's not just trying to make him jealous again. She is asking what she wants here. She's going for it.
Yeah. And I do like that.
Yes. 1 point, Hannah.
Yeah. I can be reasonable and nice. She accuses him of keeping her pussy locked up, and he denies being attracted to her, which is just, they do, like I said, to each other.
They do.
She continues to egg him on until he loses it and pins her up against the wall by her throat. He says some things about using her smart mouth for better things, and she continues to tease him. He flips them around, pushes her down on her knees, and she takes his dick out. Of course, he's wearing gray sweatpants.
Of course he is. This is our first gray sweatpants one, though.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So,
it's a good trope. I do like
I do too. What do you think, Michael? We were talking about when we talked about the hockey player stretching, and she was like, no.
Really?
Nothing.
It's okay. We were so excited about it when we were like looking at it, and I was like, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, why are they bouncing on the ground?
I'm just turned on again. Just thinking about it.
Oh my God. Well, she takes his dick out, and he also has a Jacob's ladder piercing. He has 6 barbells on his shaft. And she sucks his dick, pouting about not being fucked. Cal carries her to the window, directs her to keep her hands on the glass. He has her bend over, gets on his knees, and asks Hannah who is in charge. Hannah says he is, and he rewards her by eating her out from behind. We talked about this in the past. This is my favorite way for this to happen.
Yeah.
He preps her with his fingers and then takes her from behind, but he's just too dang big. Dang it.
Shoot.
Oh, shoot. Big damn it. He talks her through it like a good boy.
This was kind of annoying. I don't like hard and fast.
Well, then he fucks her. My next note is then he fucks her hard and fast. Which, yeah.
I did. This one where he tells her to put her hands on the glass was very reminiscent of Cassian. Grab the headboard. And
I loved this whole scene.
Yes.
We're going to be nice to the author here. We're going to say she writes a good sex scene. This scene was written well. This scene really makes me like Cal a lot because I like that he overpowers her. Nobody else does.
No.
Hannah is always calling the shots. Nobody tells her what to do. She's just a big fucking brat. And Cal is like, I'm going to make you tell me that I'm the one in charge. And she does. And they both come.
And that is from page 115 to 126.
I do feel like it took a long time to get here also.
It did. 100 pages in. It's a long time.
Yeah. Gross. He takes her up to a shower. They have sex again. And then they fight, of course. Because, Hannah calls it a hate fuck. And she really just...
She went up there to get laid. She got laid, and now she's fucking done with him.
And she's mad at him.
Yep.
which I've been there before too, but I'm also very nice about it where I'm like, that was fun. Okay.
Oh, see, I'm not.
Can you wait for your Uber on my front porch? That'd be great.
I wouldn't let guys come to my house.
Oh.
I would go to theirs so I could leave.
Oh, sure.
The first guy who tried to like hang out, snuggle, no.
I went through this experimental phase where I would bring men home and then I would have sex with them and I wouldn't let them come. And then I'd be like, all right, well, that was fun. And then I'd make them move.
What? Is that a kink of yours?
No, I think I was just like frustrated and annoyed because of how frequently we would get together and then I wouldn't get to come.
Yeah.
And so it was like, all right, well, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to convince you to go down on me. I'm going to get all my jollies and then I'm going to send you home and you can go fuck yourself because that's kind of where I was at that phase in my life.
We maybe should have Melissa on the podcast because the number of times that she's gone over to a guy's place and sucks his dick and then he thinks of a reason to not fuck her and then sends her home. So she calls me raging.
Yeah. I really enjoy sucking dick, but I have some really strong rules about whose dick I'll suck. So you're not going to get me over to your house for me to suck your dick. You're just not.
I don't love sucking dick and I will always get off before I have sex with a guy.
Sure.
They're getting me off first or it's not happening.
Yeah. We have boundaries. Yeah. We have standards. Absolutely. Cal can't stop thinking about Hannah. He calls his sister, who for God knows what reason likes Hannah, and encourages him to talk to her about it. Hannah is teasing him with other men and playing hard to get. And he convinces the front desk associate at the hotel that they're all staying at to give him Hannah's room number. And when Hannah goes back up to her room, he's basically creeping in the hallway.
You still like him? This is predator behavior.
I don't like him more than other characters. He's my favorite character in the book.
I'm criticizing this when we just read Haunting Adeline about an actual stalker.
Yeah, I know. You, like we talked about.
I'm so consistent.
So hard to please. So he's waiting in the hallway kind of like across from her hotel room door. And when she goes into her hotel room, he pushes in behind her and pretends to be
she thinks she's like getting robbed.
Yeah. And realizes when he talks to her that it's him. He pins her against the wall and without preamble just starts fucking her rough from behind. So he calls her a slut, tells her he doesn't fucking share. She comes, he comes, and he does something really sweet here. He remembers that the first time that they had sex, she insisted on peeing afterwards, which 100% you should always pee after sex.
Yes. I don't want to read about it though.
No, but I think it was sweet that he like remembers. She's like so exhausted from this scene. She's like a crumpled mess on the floor.
Yeah,
so he picks her up and takes her to the bathroom.
He sets her on the toilet.
And
not sexy.
Yeah, and once again, she picks a fight with him. So
that scene was from 143 to 146.
Yeah, I just think he is a incredibly patient human.
I mean, I guess he waited 10 years for this girl that he's been pining over. But now he can't keep his fucking paws off of her when he's going to be retired at the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They have a heart-to-heart here. He basically tells her, no more games, no more stunts. Like, if you want to have sex, then you just tell me that you want to have sex, which is very mature, very healthy. Hannah goes home for Christmas, where her sister starts to kind of go in on her about her life,
like her family,
and about her having kids. And Hannah doesn't want kids, and she's just feeling very depressed. And she messages Cal for comfort. He accepts her into his apartment, and Cal has his own special form of therapy that he would like to work through with Hannah.
Yeah.
He makes her sit on his face while she talks about the demoralized feelings that she has after this experience with her sister. And every time she reveals a thought or a feeling, he rewards her by switching up the pleasure until she earns her orgasm. She then proceeds to spend the next 2 days holed up with him in his place. So, what's the pages for that scene?
That scene is 156 to 159.
What were your feelings about that scene? Your
I
face.
like the sitting on the face, but the fact that he actually made her talk, talking about her sisters and her family while he's doing that, I don't know that I could get there. And if I did, I would feel kind of icky.
Yeah. Also, I just feel like her revelations are so shallow. It doesn't really feel it just like, if we're gonna do that, fine, let's try it. Okay, I'll try anything once. But then I want there to be some real revelations here,
Sure.
and you're like, she just is so surface. At the next game, Cal is distracted because Hannah is MIA, and it turns out that she is sick. And once again, Cal is the mature, responsible, healthy human being. He brings her soup and confesses that he's been in love with her since they first met 10 years and 4 months exactly ago. From here on out, they're secretly basically together.
Yes.
On a rare week, it's so hard to do this because you have nothing to add because you're just
I know. I didn't like that scene.
you're normally so emotionally invested that it's like I go through the story and then you have like feedback and you don't even have anything. You're like, let's just fucking get this done.
I know that I didn't like that scene. I thought it was really annoying when he kept like asking her, when did you last eat? When did you last have something to drink? He was just, I guess I don't like being taken care of like that.
Oh.
So it kind of annoyed me. This is where the book really started to lose me. Because up until then, I was kind of loving Hannah's chaos.
Really? And it's as soon as it gets healthy is when
Yes. Then I am not invested anymore.
Noted.
Well, this next part, I just think is stupid.
I agree. On a rare week off, Hannah and her friends, along with Cal and the whole group of them, so Cal's friends as well, they go on a cruise on a yacht. Everybody is very wealthy. Hannah and Cal have a conversation about labels where Hannah decides that they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Hannah rewards him by taking his maritime virginity, first by sucking his dick, then Hannah on top, where while she's riding him, he realizes that he's in love with Hannah.
I feel like you hate that.
I do hate that.
You hate those revelations.
When we read the next book, yeah. I can't. I don't want to talk about it now because I don't want to ruin it.
That scene is from 188 to 194.
After she comes, he has her straddle him backwards and they fuck again until they both come.
Yeah.
Was that included in those pages?
Good. That is included.
Sorry. Actually, I did like this scene because I feel like it was well written.
Okay.
So the sex part of it, I did enjoy. I think that this author does write a good sex scene.
I feel like with a dick that big, reverse cowgirl would be really tough, not pleasurable. She says it is.
I can't speak for Hannah, but I have a tilted uterus. So reverse cowgirl for me is better in most cases.
Interesting.
And also the Jacob's ladder is on the underside. So you have to imagine that her clit is literally rubbing on the barbells while she's in position.
That's true, I suppose.
So I feel like that would probably be good. Maybe.
It's not one of my favorite positions.
Yeah. I have a really nice ass. So
I suppose.
So yeah, lots of people want to see that.
Yeah.
People don't know that I'm joking.
You're totally not joking though. You're joking, but for real.
Joking, but for real.
Yeah.
On the trip, we learned that Hannah's friends, Amy and Natalie, are both pregnant, but they find that out because Hannah purchases some pregnancy tests and she doesn't know which ones to buy. So she just buys a bunch. And then, I don't know, because of just how close of friends they are, they decide that they're all going to get pregnancy.
That was kind of dumb.
So dumb.
And here we are creating drama. I love drama. Mm-hmm. This was so manufactured. I really hated it. Yeah. And I felt like it was very predictable. I knew it was coming.
Oh, God. Yeah, absolutely. We all know what's coming, which is that Cal accidentally sees her buying the pregnancy tests, assumes that they are for her, and then proceeds to spiral. Yeah. And he confronts Hannah about it, and they both agree that having kids is off the table for both of them, which I really, if I'm going to like one thing about this book, I'm going to like and appreciate that. So thank you for deciding that neither of you should reproduce. The next day they go for a hike. Cal and Hannah decide to take a little dip in a pool under a waterfall where they fool around with her friends nearby, but it doesn't go any further than that. Little voyeurism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I, though, not in front of friends.
Thank you for that.
Strangers, sure.
Sure.
But if we're all together, like in a
Mhm.
small little cove, I'm not going to be fooling around with you guys right fucking there.
Thank you. That's really, really respectful, and I
Yeah.
appreciate
If they
it.
were strangers,
I plan
then
on
would.
I plan on traveling with you a lot in the future, so it's
You're
really good to
welcome.
know.
Dave doesn't care.
Oh,
He will try to fool around me. Doesn't matter.
well, it's because he's obsessed with you.
I know.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we won't do it.
Okay.
But just know
She
if they're
was
strangers.
self-control. Wow. The only reason that I brought that scene up is because it comes back later. So after the trip, Cal and Hannah start having more sincere and intimate conversations, and really their relationship starts to blossom. Cal arranges a recording session for Hannah while they are playing in California. Hannah sings the national anthem at home games. Apparently, she's like an incredible singer.
Why do all of these girls sing? I feel like that's something that we see all the time with these girls. They sing, but I read another book where he buys her a recording studio for an hour so she can record her podcast.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I feel like it's such like a weird trope where the guy is a famous hockey player and the girl is like secretly talented as well.
I generally struggle with the tropes where the female main character is an artist, or she's a writer, or she's a singer, or she's
Haunting Adeline.
Except for Haunting
I
Adeline.
love that she was a established writer.
Yeah, but she was an actual established writer, and
she didn't need somebody else to show her potential. Yes.
Thank you for summarizing that. I had no idea what I was trying to say, and you actually quantified it, and I'm so grateful for you.
Yes.
We should do this more often. Hannah's friend Natalie helps her realize that Cal is in love with her. Basically, like, he would only do this if he was in love with you. She rewards him by buying some lingerie and surprising him wearing it after his practice. They have slow love sex while
your favorite.
while making eye contact when they are interrupted by her dad. Bum, bum, bum. They get him to go away, finish, which is wild to me. And
absolutely not.
Yeah, my dad was just knocking on the door.
No.
I have to do something else now.
Yeah.
They agreed that at the end of the season, they're going to fess up to her dad.
That sex scene was from 264 to 271.
Cue. Sorry. I'm so ready to be done with this already.
I know. We're almost done.
Okay. At their next game, Cal is injured so badly that he is hospitalized. And Hannah is such a mess that her dad puts it together and confronts Cal in the hospital. He basically forces Cal to end things with Hannah.
He's an adult. Nobody can force him to do anything. Mm-hmm. And I hated this.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it. You love this girl. And because her dad comes in, has a 2-minute conversation and tells you to end it or else.
Yeah.
You're now going to end it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, from the dad's point of view, this is all just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
This was stupid. It was a stupid ending. Mm-hmm. I hate it.
No notes. That was perfect. Thank you. Hannah finally gets up to visit him, and Cal is cold, and he blames the accident on Hannah. He says that it's her fault that he was injured because he was distracted by her and he can't have any more distractions. And they basically break up. He says later that he didn't want to hurt Hannah by telling her about her dad.
He didn't need to do. I don't feel like any of that needed to happen. He could have just told her dad to
fuck off.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like a grown-up, like a 34-year-old man.
And the fact, I would have never forgiven him.
Mm-hmm.
He literally says, I could have died, Hannah. And the way that this plays out made me so mad.
I'm just going to continue to tell the story and you just continue to vent. Hannah's devastated
and making arrangements so that she doesn't have to see him or face anyone else after what is sure to be a very public breakup, because at this point, everybody knows what's going on. And at this point, she still doesn't know that her dad was involved. Some time passes, a long time.
Yeah.
Not just like a couple of days, like we're weeks, months
Like
here.
he breaks her heart, and then he was so in love with her.
Mhm.
But he can just walk away.
Just
and
goes on about his life.
And same with her. God,
Mhm.
this makes me so mad because humans don't behave this way.
Oh, God, agreed. So much so. Hannah completely avoids Cal. She's not singing at games, and she's coordinating all of their travel from home. The team makes it to the championships. Of course they do. They win. Of course they do. And at the press conference after the game, Cal announces he's retiring, which, like, you knew you were going to fucking retire anyways. Why would
You
you
had
break
like 2 games left. You didn't need to. Her dad wants to win so much, you would not have benched him.
Oh,
Like,
100%. Yeah, you're going to risk that.
oh my God.
You're going to risk winning a championship because one of the players is fucking your daughter.
No.
In the hospital room, he does say to her dad, I'm not just dating her, I love her. So
and her dad is just like, well, if something happens to you, she'll never get over it, but she'll get over a broken heart.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So stupid.
Like, that's literally saying don't love because you could get hurt.
It is.
It's so stupid.
It is so stupid. I have some big feelings when she goes to talk to her dad in this next scene.
Oh my God, same.
During the off season, Hannah makes the decision that she's going to quit formally. So she's not going to sing at the national anthem anymore. She's not going to do any more of the travel coordinating, and she's going to move to Nashville. She's really going to focus on herself. She's really going to.
She
hasn't been doing that this whole time. So now she's really gonna buckle down and do it. This entire time, both Cal and Hannah have been like heartbroken and sulking.
But they don't talk to each other. Why would they do that?
Yeah. Can you fucking imagine? I used
to break up with Dave like every other day. I couldn't not talk to him, but he wouldn't let me break up with him.
Yeah.
But I would try. And then I felt like I was not going to talk to him. Oh my God. I just like, you're this girl who's very clearly immature. What were we doing in our 20s when a guy broke up with us? Stalking him. We'd drive by. We'd see where he was going. We live in the same building.
Hannah, this woman who has been teasing him and going through all this effort to make him jealous and to make him, and it never occurred to her that she should go out and sing the national anthem in a different guy's jersey or like show up wearing.
Go to the bar. I would have been dating Jake. I would have been sucking all the dick. This is not how it really would have played out.
Same.
And then Hannah clearly just doesn't give a shit about herself or her own feelings for how she just gets over all this.
Yeah. Well, she tells her father, she gives her notice, and he admits that he made Cal break up with her. They fight. Of course they do. And her dad tells her to go get him back if she loves him that much. And again,
she's over it. She just forgives him for she's been apparently so heartbroken that she can't even do the one thing she loves to do, which is now apparently sing.
Sure. But sir, you insisted that he break up with you. Insisted on breaking her heart, shattering her into a million pieces. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to move to Nashville. And you're like, hold up.
Let's get that man back here.
So that I can keep you on. The whole thing is so, no wonder you find a healthy relationship.
That is so accurate.
Cal is back home in Calgary working on his
back to the farm.
He goes,
you are a hockey player. You're a hockey player for your entire life.
Not just a championship. Yes, a championship winning hockey player.
And then he's retired over a girl. And now he moves to the farm. He's not skating. They're in Calgary. Like, he doesn't have a rink.
Yeah.
It's
pretty wild.
No way. And he just gets away from her. Like, he didn't try to go explain anything to her after. He didn't have second thoughts.
Right. After he retired, there was nothing stopping him.
Yeah.
From going back and being like, hey, I didn't even add it in my notes here, but he gets his recording for the session, for Hannah's session, and he like listens to it on repeat for months on end.
Right.
Never once
send it to her, do some, open the door back up. These people are not in love.
No.
You're so right. They should not reproduce.
No. He is throwing a party to celebrate the championship win and his retirement
In Canada.
in Canada. And a surprise guest, Hannah, arrives. They proclaim their love for one another,
She did
which
over it.
is annoying for me.
Like, I'm sorry, he still went along with the plan to break your heart.
Yeah.
And he doesn't apologize. She chases him down. I would have rather died alone, heartbroken, than gone back to him.
Like, I don't have anything to add. It's
Literally.
so perfect. You are so right. And
It
they're
was such a terrible ending.
yeah.
I needed groveling. I needed so much more big gestures. And I had a lot of high hopes because, like you said, it'd been highly recommended.
Yeah.
I did like at the start, I thought it was a good premise.
Mm-hmm.
Like this girl's going to fuck somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. This girl's going to have sex.
I'm in.
Sign me up in that one.
Oh, God.
Anyways, they discuss their plans, throwing around the idea of Nashville and LA to pursue Hannah's singing career. So fucking cringe. And land instead on him being an announcer for the Comets and her being the national anthem singer and travel coordinator.
She's throwing it all away for a guy.
She is throwing it all away for a guy. And I'm banging right now. Look I have in my notes, I have a little asterisk that says I roll because the entire time that they are having this conversation, she's sitting on Cal's lap and rubbing his dick. Where do we love each other or do we
Into
just
her ass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they clearly don't. Like she had just said she was finally going to focus on herself. Now she's going to give that up.
Mhm.
They do not make it.
No.
Some of these books we read where it's like, well, they make it in 5 years. They don't make it.
No, they don't. No. There's no genuine intimacy or vulnerability between them at all.
No.
If anybody is doing it, he's the closest to it.
Yeah.
We end where we started at the annual barbecue, where we learn that Cal plans to propose to Hannah in that same little pool that they fooled around with in front of their friends.
I roll. I literally just rolled my eyes. I'm just annoyed.
That's the whole book. So most of our
read
recording,
it, so you don't have to.
yes.
Maybe this will be your thing. I'm so sorry if it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's the worst one we've read.
I agree. Yep. This is my least favorite.
Even though like you said, I did like the sex scenes, but this story, I'd rather read about a guy stalking her.
Yeah.
At least that's real love.
We should actually record all of our sessions from now on with Pagel because we want to talk about some facial expressions.
Literally.
Pagel has got some
we need
facial
3 cameras.
expressions.
Well, speaking of Pagel, we want to, of course, thank Pagel for being our ever helpful social media director.
Do you like the title social media director? We wanted to make sure that you like.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Siena Trap is originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where a love of sports is bred into a girl's DNA.
Penguins are big.
Her love of romance novels came early as well. She would often accompany her romance reviewer mom to book lovers and romance writers conventions where she sat in on workshops and met numerous best-selling authors. As luck would have it, she met and married a handsome athlete. And after several temporary residencies in multiple states and Germany, they finally settled in Michigan. Her stories no longer feature herself, but draw from her past experiences as an educator, businesswoman, fashion consultant, and world traveler when creating her strong heroines.
Yeah, we might have gotten a little personal with this book. She might take this as a personal attack.
And also, maybe we have a little bit of a challenge with self-awareness because I wouldn't call Hannah a heroine by any means.
No.
Other books by Siena Trap, Remington Royal series, including Scoring the Princes, Playing Pretend with the Prince, Feuding with the Fashion Princes, and the Connecticut Comets hockey series, which starts with this book, Bagging the Blueliner, Surprise for the Sniper, and Second Rate Superstar, and a new series coming late 2024 called Indie Speed Hockey Series. Let's talk about rating.
Yeah.
That'll be a good time.
All right. So spice level, what would you give it?
I'm probably going to give this one, I'm going to give this a 3 for spice level.
Oh, interesting. I gave it a 2. There's nothing really advanced.
I mean, I think
I
he
guess
does.
he does have piercings.
He has the piercings. They do have the consensual, non-consensual scene. So
I guess.
it's not necessarily missionary in the dark, and
True. I gave it a 2.
a little bit more there. So
All right. Spice frequency.
I'm going to give this a 2.
All right. I gave it a 3. It's a pretty short book, and there's 5 scenes.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's a 300-page book.
I think sometimes my frequency, I also read in like the actual sexual energy throughout the book, and there really wasn't. There was
started as a sexy book.
Yeah.
But they really lost that tension when they got together. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Pros.
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I think that the book is well written, just underdeveloped.
The character development is terrible. I gave it a 3.
Yeah.
Storyline,
I think that this had the potential to be a good story, so I would give it a 4. I think, I think that had it been done correctly, it could have been a really great story. I think that there's something to be said about a woman kind of going against the grain of what's expected of her and really being really committed and certain about what she wants. And it had the potential to be a great book. It just, I think, fell short because of some of the.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a 2.5. I was a little angry.
Yeah, I hear you.
Overall,
I'm going to give this book a 2.
I also gave it a 2. It just, this is not one I'd recommend to most people.
I wouldn't recommend this book to anybody. I feel like if you're looking for any type of smutty book, this would not even make my roster of things. In fact, it's actually so unforgettable that Nicole was like, yeah, we're going to do Bagging the Blueliner. You've already read it, right? And I was like, no, I haven't read it. And then I started reading it and was like, oh, that's right. I did actually read this book. So,
Oops.
Where can you find?
You can find this. It is on Kindle Unlimited. That's where I read it. And then on Amazon and Audible. But it is not at like Target or Barnes & Noble or anything.
Well, that concludes our review of Bagging the Blueliner.
Yeah.
What are we going to read next week?
Are we doing Brutal Obsession?
I think we are.
Brutal Obsession is part of the dark hockey romance, Hockey God series is what it's part of. And it is by S. Massery.
Awesome. You can find us on most social medias at Sluts Pod, and we are online at bookslutspodcast.com. I'm Amanda.
I'm Nicole.
And we are Book Sluts. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.